So today we decided to take a little walk on the beach. I had spent the morning fishing on the beach, and then we came down, took a little drive down towards the Marineland parking lot area, or the access to the beach, I should say, just past Marineland on A1A South here in St. Augustine. And this is Sunday afternoon, the day before Hurricane Debbie started making her way across the good old state of Florida. It was hitting over in the west coast, kind of panhandle area of Florida. Supposed to come across Monday morning starting around 8 or so. It's kind of stalling out. And anyways, here we are on the beach down by Marineland at the boardwalk down by Marineland. And you can see those little marked off areas where there's my knucklehead dog, Dachshund, number 2. And she's happy to be out and about and happy to be with her people. We just lost her big sister this weekend, Tiki. And she was almost 16. And we had to say goodbye to her. And it sucks. It broke both of our hearts. And Dixie, the little black dachshund here, she had been with her older partner Tiki since the day we brought her home. She's a little bit younger, and she's about 11 years old or so, 10 or 11. And but she had been with Tiki every day since we brought her home. Those two had never been separated, and so she's feeling it too. So we got her out of the house. She's been hanging with us all weekend, and took her for a walk down here on the beach. It was quite windy, so I'm gonna just kind of overdub the sound because it was really windy. It was blowing about 20 good miles an hour plus here. So I didn't have my little fuzzy cat thing on my mic, on my camera. So it's really windy. You don't want to hear that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So down on the beach here, and Dixie, just charged down the steps. Those marked off areas that you're going to see along here, those are all sea turtle nests. And you can't mess with the sea turtle nest. They will arrest you and take you to jail if you disturb a sea turtle nest. So, and when they hatch, dozens of little turtles will come out. They make their way to the ocean, and you're not supposed to interfere with their journey to the ocean either. You can stand by and watch, but yeah, you're not supposed to mess with them at all. And they're baby turtles. They come out about the size of a tiny little those baby pancakes or something, or like a silver dollar size. And yeah, a lot of them get picked off on the way to the beach, between birds, and then once they do get in the water and start swimming, there's all kinds of things out there that will eat baby sea turtles. So even though there's a ton of them that hatch out and scramble towards the ocean, a lot of them don't make it very far. It's circle of life, I suppose. But here's little Dixie Bean. She is just thrilled to be running around checking out these new things. And she hadn't been down to this beach, so there's all these rocks and everything. She was digging around in them, checking them out, and she was having a blast. So it's good to be down there. Good to be at the beach. You can see her ears are flapping all over the place in the wind. But yeah. So I was looking for some shark's teeth. I found a couple down here last time we were down here, but didn't find any today. It's not the greatest place to look for shark's teeth, but I have found a couple down here. You can find them pretty much anywhere along the beach, but I prefer to normally either go south where there's more coquina, or north on the north side of the inlet where this little bit of red sand that you see here, this coquina red sand, there's tons of it on the north side once you get past all the beach renourishment project that they've done, and they covered it up with dredge sand. But after this weekend, a good chunk of that dredge sand isn't going to be there anymore. They filled in over on St. Augustine Beach. They filled in the pier area way past the pier. The pier was completely dry docked. There was no water under the St. Johns County fishing pier. And yeah, as of this morning, there's water back under the end of the pier. Millions of dollars. I don't know, it was like 30 something million dollars taxpayer money they spent. And yeah, Mother Nature's like, no, we're going to take it back. You can't stop Mother Nature. She's going to do what she wants to do. She's a stubborn old gal. But I don't know. Speaking of Mother Nature, as I'm recording this voiceover, I hear my alarm system making these noises, and I went in there and looked at it, and we are currently under a tornado warning right this minute. So I don't know, this crazy dog rolling around in the sand. She's happy-go-lucky at the moment. Ears blowing everywhere. And yeah, speaking of Mother Nature, it's amazing how you can find a shell that looks like a shark's tooth until you pick it up, and then you realize that's not a shark's tooth. And this crazy dog. So again, where we're at, we're just south of the Marineland Dolphin Adventure, and Marineland is one of Florida's first marine mammal parks. It was actually billed as the world's first oceanarium, and it functions as entertainment. They have swim with the dolphin thing. It was closed down for a bit, and it reopened in March of 2006, and in 2011 the park was purchased by the Georgia Aquarium for a reported $9.1 million. Wow. But anyways, we're at like 9600 North Ocean Shores Boulevard, St. Augustine Beach, Florida. St. Augustine, Florida. And you can see that there, the Marineland Park, Flagler Corporation. Just to the south of it, at the end of the south end of the parking lot, is the Raga Surf Cafe. So yeah, that's where we're hanging at. And just brought the dog down here for a little walk, and for us to go for a little bit of walk, a little bit of exercise, look for a couple of shark's teeth. Like I say, this isn't the greatest place to look for shark's teeth, but they can be found anywhere along the coastline here. But yeah, you see those shells, red shells, coquina, all that. You got to look through all that, and you'll start finding shark's teeth sooner or later. The more red shell, coquina debris that you find, the better chances for shark's teeth you will have. So another thing that's cool down here is all this coquina rock that's on the beach. And you can see Dixie is digging, crawling in and out of this stuff. Like I said, it was her first time down here, so she was having a blast. Slappy ears and all. But yeah, this is a coquina they're like lined up on the beach. Little jetties or whatever. This kind of helps preserve the beach. Keeps some of the sand locked on the beach. Unlike further north where they just keep pumping it on the beach and then it keeps disappearing. And then they spend millions of more dollars and pump more sand on the beach. And then overnight, literally like overnight, this dirt that they pumped up there, a big chunk of it was gone. You can see in those pictures the before and the after of the pier. And this wasn't even, everybody's like, well, it's there if it wasn't there and we got this storm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't really a storm that hit us. It was some wind and some high tide and some waves. We haven't had a direct storm. This came in on the opposite coast of Florida, on the west coast of Florida. If we got a regular storm here, hurricane here, it would take all that sand times 10 and it would all be gone. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Here's a sea turtle nest. All these areas are marked off for sea turtles. And like that sign said back there, they don't play. If they catch you messing with a sea turtle nest, you're in big trouble. They're protected, and there's sea turtle people that are on the beach here and there. Like, they have a sea turtle watch, and some of those people are pretty hardcore. They will call the police on you in a heartbeat. Anyways, down further, just to the north, this is what borders all the front of Marineland. This is all granite. Instead of being coquina, there are a few pieces of coquina in there, but the majority, 99% of that is all granite rock that was put there. And it does a good job of, holding the water back when it gets up high and rowdy in certain situations. But there again, if we have a major hurricane come hit directly on us, this coastline is going to change again rapidly. We've had houses fall in. There's houses south of here that are, kind of deserted. And, we had houses up on North A1A that fell into the ocean. But we haven't had a direct, good, major storm hit here in many, many years. And if and when we do get one, it will drastically change this coastline. And there's nothing that any humans are going to do to prevent it. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. In my opinion, I don't think houses or anything should be built on the east side of A1A. That's just my opinion. I know people are going to argue with me. And hey, I've lived on the ocean, and it's awesome to wake up in the morning, look out your bedroom window, and look out on the ocean. I've been there. I've done that. It's great. But there's a price to pay for that. And it shouldn't rely on all the other taxpayers to pay for your house that got knocked in the ocean because you decided to build a house and live on the edge of a giant ocean. Come on, use your brain. Anyways, make good choices, right? Anyways, I'm just going for a walk, and here I am ranting about things. But hey, that's me. So, anyways, this is a cool beach down here. I'm going to come down here and do some fishing because it is a cool beach. There's a lot of structure out in the water. When the beach isn't full of sand, kind of like it is now. I mean, there's a lot of sand here. I've seen it when there's less sand here. And those rocks are uncovered more, and further down the beach, there'll be rocks all along the beach. That's really cool. It's not even like Florida. We used to have a break down there, a surf break. We called fish pockets. Long story about how it got its name. But anyway, it's not really a long story. It's a pretty short story. But anyways, fish pockets, great place. We caught many a good wave session there. And it's unlike most of the coast here. It's all these rocks and stuff out in the water. You can see in those overhead Google Earth pictures, if you look out in the ocean, you can see that structure out there. So it's a pretty cool area. And I'm going to try some fishing down here. It's been a while since I've fished this area. I usually stay north of the inlet when I go surf fishing. But other than that, it was a windy day. By the afternoon, by the time we left, you'll see at the very end of the video, it started raining. Like, literally, we got back in the car and the rain started like not even a minute or two after we were in the car. You can see the tides marching in right here too. But it started raining harder. It was raining really hard at one point. We got up a little further north up to Crescent Beach, and all of a sudden I looked over and I saw a flagpole coming down and some other stuff, and next thing I know, there's a power line across the road. We just barely squeaked under it, and I didn't want to get caught up in that mess. But yeah, here this girl came down and she was like, "Can I pet your dog?" And Dixie was kind of like, I don't think so. She's not she's a strange little dog. Cute girl wanted to pet the dog, and Dixie was like, "Yeah, I'll give you a little. I'll give you a little. Yeah, okay, that's all you get." So yeah, she's a strange one. She hasn't been totally socialized that much. Tiki, on the other hand, she was everybody's friend. She would have crawled in this girl's lap and just had a blast and hanging out. But anyways, we're gonna head back up to the car and get out of here before the torrential downpour begins, which is literally moments from this part of the video. And Dixie was like, "Man, I don't know about these steps. Awful big steps for a short-legged little varmint like me." She's holding her own, though. Anyways, we'll pop over to the exiting out of here. And not a whole lot of importance in this video other than just showing you part of where we live at and the beautiful beach area. Although, you know, it's dark and kind of gloomy today. But, hey, that can be beautiful too. But yeah, it's amazing how fast the weather came in and turned from this point on. It became rather ugly quickly. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you want to be notified for more videos. Until then, see you later.